All right, let's go. Hey everybody, I wanted to do a quick video about this really cool project I got to participate in, but first, a quick request from me. I normally don't ever ask for comments or likes, but right now, my daughters both have COVID, and although I am very confident that they will both be fine physically, mentally, it's a little bit of a tough time here at the house because this next weekend, they have a play and a dance recital that they have been working at for quite a while, and they might have to miss it. So they're feeling kind of down. So I have a request. If you could take a moment and comment down below with some words of encouragement. Their names are Mallory and Abigail, and we're just hoping that they test negative in time so they can participate in their dance recital and the play that is happening this weekend. I'm hoping I can show them the comments below and it will cheer them up. Really appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get on to this thing. So this is pretty cool. So I was asked by the marketing team to submit a deck list as a player who has the entire card pool. The guidelines were just show new players what you can do when you have the full card pool. So my idea was you can take a moment from the books. So Denethor sending Hirgan to Theoden with the red arrow. And you can build a deck around moments from the book, which I think as a new player is something you're hoping you can do. As a new player, you obviously must like Lord of the Rings and you've watched the movies, you've read the books. And so to be able to kind of play out these scenarios is pretty cool. So this is a deck I built that has that scene from the novel in mind. It's a Rohan Swarm deck. It's a high risk, high reward deck because there's not a lot of card draw. It's basically you're counting on getting Guthwini in your opening hand, and then you're hoping to get a couple allies in for cheap. The way it works is this. So Denethor starts with extra resources. He can pass them to a Gondor hero, and Hirgan is a Gondor hero, so you can get 2 tactics resources around, basically. And then if you quest successfully, Hirgan can play a tactics ally at a cost reduction of 1. So that means you should be able to afford pretty much any tactics ally you have, and if you have not played a Rohan ally that turn, Theoden's text is passive. It's not a response or an action, it's just always in play, and he reduces the cost of the first Rohan ally you play to a minimum of 0. So if you have not played a Rohan ally, you can use Hirgan's cost reduction and Theoden's cost reduction to reduce the cost of a tactics ally by 2. So you can get Darrowine in on turn 1. As you play, you won't need to play a tactics ally every turn, or maybe the tactics ally only costs 1 with Hirgan's cost reduction. So you can use Theoden's cost reduction to play a spirit ally, and you should be able to play 2 allies, and then if you use a very good tail, you can get 2 more allies in play, so you can build this army pretty quick. And then if you're discarding the Rohan allies to their abilities, you can use Guthwini after Theoden kills an enemy with Guthwini to pull that ally back. And the best combo is Grimbold. Grimbold basically is a feint with stats. You discard him. The enemy you're engaged with does not attack you. And then if you kill that enemy, Guthwini pulls Grimbold right back. And like I said, even though he costs 3, you should be able to get him in for 1. So you can do it again. And every turn, you're not going to need to use Grimbold. I mean, you do have Denethor. And if Denethor gets a shield, he's defending for 5. So you're not going to need to feint every single round. So as long as Grimbold's in play, you have this feint that's always ready to go. And if you don't need to discard him, you can still be putting in other allies. It does suffer from a lack of card draw. I want a very good tail to always hit 2 allies. So what you could do, you could drop your 2 Test of Wills. You could drop a copy of Well Warned, and you could add 3 copies of Horn of the Mark. Horn of the Mark, of course, works very well every time you're getting rid of one of these Rohan allies. It draws you a card. Or heck, just drop the Test of Wills and add 2 copies of Horn of the Mark. I really wanted 3/3/3 here. You could also add Open the Armory. That would be a good call. Open the Armory could help you find Guthwini, which is pretty important for this deck. But I have found that, and I call this a high risk, high reward deck, because if you get the Guthwini in play, if you get it in your opening hand, you should mulligan very hard for it. You get it in your opening hand, you should be able just to keep pulling these Rohan allies out of your discard pile and just playing them. So it's kind of like card draw because you are drawing them out of your discard pile plus the card you're drawing each round. It 50% of the time it works 100% of the time. Sometimes it falls flat on its face and it loses, but other times it just works so well. And the other thing I would say is this is more of a multiplayer deck. So you bring this to the table in a multiplayer game, it's going to do very well. If you're playing solo, maybe swap out some Rittermark Knights and the Outriders for some Lancers because they have willpower, and so you might be short on willpower, so they could help you quest. Decks are evergreen. You know, you can always make changes. Like this, I would call this like the skeleton of a deck. Like, you know, here's the hero lineup that works well together. Here's an example of the cards you could put in it. But if you wanted to modify it, go for it. Go ahead. I mean, make changes based on the quest you're playing. Make changes based on your play style. Maybe you don't care about the Very Good Tale, so you can reduce the number of allies and add more card draw if that's the way you want to play. That's fine. I don't know the best way to build a deck. I just have an idea of a deck that could work, and you, the player, can decide how you want to build it. I would say this deck is like 80%. Like 80% of the cards are probably the ones you want to keep, and then the last 20%, 10 cards, you can mix and match to your play style. All right, let's get to a game. We're going to play Journey Along to Anduin because that's a quest everybody knows how it works, and I really want to focus on how the deck plays, not so much on how a quest's mechanics are crazy and weird, and I have to explain how the quest works. Okay, let's get to that game. Okay, so let's go against Journey Along to Anduin. I think everyone knows how this quest goes. We're going to reveal a random card, and if it's not a hill troll, we go find a hill troll, and we got to make 8 progress. We can't advance unless we kill the hill troll. So you need to draw your opening hand before you reveal that encounter card. Drawing your opening hand happens first. I'm looking for Guthwini. I would love a Gondorian shield so I can actually handle the hill troll. Grimbold would also be awesome. I think if I knew I was playing this quest, I would add a 3rd copy of Grimbold, probably some feints, do a little hill troll tech, because, you know, I'm at 29 threat, so he's going to be coming down to get me next turn unless I draw Well Warned and can hopefully reduce my threat. But I should be able to get allies in play, and we'll be able to handle the hill troll, but Grimbold would be the best way. Okay, let's see what this opening hand has for us. Denethor should have 2 resources. There's a Spirit Ally. Okay, there's Well Warned. There's my Gondorian Shield. Oh, so I could delay the hill troll for a little bit, but I'm actually gonna mulligan that away. I would rather have had some Tactics allies to get in play, because I want to try to get more allies in play. That hand wasn't bad. Denethor would have been defending for 5, but I did not have Guthwini either to help me kill the hill troll. So, I think we can do better. Let's try this again. All right, here's my mulligan. Hey, there we go, Guthwini. Nice. Okay. There's some questing. There's an honor guard. That's nice. And nice questing ally. Snowmane. A Very Good Tale. Yeah, see, this is a great hand. This is the kind of hand that should be able to get the Rohan army built pretty quick. Now let's reveal our encounter card. Okay, we get Massing at Night, which is going to surge. And that surges into the East Bite. So 1 threat, 6 progress. We gotta travel there. All right, that's actually really great because it only added 1 threat. Now we gotta find a hill troll. There was one way at the bottom. And man, these early encounter sets, look how many cards are in it. It's so unpredictable. But I want to play Journey Along to Anduin to show you how the deck works, because I don't want to have to worry about explaining quest mechanics and having all kinds of weird stuff going on that takes away from how this deck is supposed to work. All right, we're ready to rock and roll here, so everyone's going to get resources. We're at 29 threat. I get to draw 1 more card and test a will. Perfect. Perfect for this quest with that dangerous Necromancer's Reach. All right, let's play Guthwini. That's going to go on Theoden. I exhaust it to give Theoden +2 attack. And then if I kill somebody, I get to pull back a Rohan ally out of my discard pile. I am going to spend 1 resource to play the West Road Traveler, so I can get 2 more willpower on the table. I don't get to trigger her ability, but I just wanted the willpower. And then I'm going to move Denethor's resource to Hirgon, because Hirgon is Gondor. And then hopefully I quest successfully and I can put in the honor guard for 1. So we're going to quest for 6. So it's 6 against let's use the right token. There we go. 6 against 2, and the card we reveal is a Gladden Field. Okay, well that's the active location. We got to raise our threat an additional 1. We do quest successfully, so actually before we place the progress, you do the math. You say, yes, I quested successfully. You trigger Hirgan, and we're going to put in an Honor Guard at a reduction of 1. So now an Honor Guard's in play. He can exhaust and cancel a point of damage somebody takes. We have to travel to the East Bight, and I don't have to engage the Hill Troll, but next round I will because I'm at 30. So resources, threat. Card is Snowmane. Okay, I already have Snowmane. So Snowmane, you attach it to Theoden. He loses the restricted attachment on it, and if I quest successfully, Theoden will ready. All right, let's play a Very Good Tale. So let's try this. Let's try the turn 2 Very Good Tale, double my ally trick. So you exhaust 2 allies, you count up their cost, you give your deck a shuffle, you discard 5 cards, and you can put in up to 2 allies that have a combined cost up to the cost of the 2 allies you exhausted. Okay, so we exhausted 4. Well, there's a 4-cost ally. He's great at defending. A little Snowburn Scout, Outrider, and a Knight. So I could put in the Outrider and the Knight, and that would get me a lot of attack power, because the Knight can attack for 4, Outrider for 2, that's 6, Theoden for 5, that's 11. I'd need 1 more to kill the Hill Troll. But I don't have a way of defending it because my Honor Guard is exhausted. So Denethor can't defend and barely live. So Darrowwine could come in, but he would also die. So I think I'm going to put in the 2 cheap Tactics allies, and we should be able to still kill the Hill Troll because I have 1 more trick I can do. I'm going to spend 1 Spirit Resource, and we're going to put in the Escort from Edoras. So Escort from Edoras will quest for 4, and then it is discarded at the end of the quest phase. So Theoden will pay for that. I just hope I don't get Necromancer's Reach. That could ruin everything here. So I'm going to quest with the Escort from Edoras and only the Escort from Edoras. So I'm going to quest for 4 against 4. Oh, nice. It's Evil Storm, so it does nothing because my threat is not 35. That is a great card to reveal because it's no threat, and it does nothing. All right, so Escort from Edoras leaves play, and everybody else is ready. So we are going to engage the Hill Troll. I didn't care if my threat went up because I was already engaging it. And then the Outrider is going to defend it and not make it. So 3 damage, basically, is taken up. 1 defense, 2 hit points. 3 extra damage spills over. Hill Troll says extra damage is assigned as threat. And then everybody else is going to attack. The Knight's going to trigger his effect, so he attacks for 4. That's enough to kill the Hill Troll. The Knight also leaves play, but because we destroyed an enemy, I get to pull back a Rohan ally with Guthini, and I am going to pull back Darrowwine. The Knight is not in my discard pile yet because it's at the end of the attack, and Guthini says if it destroys an enemy, so destroying the enemy is when we've determined the combat damage, which is before the end of the attack. But anyway, I pulled back Darrowwine, so I'm going to have a nice defender ally that can cancel a shadow effect by spending a leadership resource. So that's great. We got lots of resources, and Valiant Sacrifice. That would have been useful last turn. Okay, so some card draw, nothing wrong with that. And let's move a resource over to Hirgan, and then Snowmane is going to go on Theoden, so it's not restricted on him. And if we quest successfully, he will ready. So that's nice. I don't have a spirit resource anymore for my Test of Will, so I'm living dangerously, but Honor Guard can protect me. So I did not play a Rohan ally, and we are questing for 6 against 3, and we get a 2-threat Beastmaster. So we quested successfully, so that means I can spend 2 resources off of Hirgan to put in Darrowwine, who is a 3/3 Sentinel. Spend a leadership resource to cancel a shadow if he's defending. Because I did not play a Rohan ally, Theoden's passive text is currently active, and that's what makes this lineup so much fun. Okay, Beastmaster attacks with 2 shadows. I'm going to defend with Denethor. Let's see, defending player chooses and returns 1 exhausted ally. Attacking enemy gets +1/+3 if undefended. Okay, I'm going to return the Traveler. Because an ally left play, I will play Valiant Sacrifice and draw 2 cards. Cards I get are, oh good, 2 nice allies, so that's great. And then I would take a damage, so the Honor Guard is going to exhaust and block that damage. And then I can attack for 5 with Theoden, 1 with Darewine. We kill that guy, and then I get to trigger Gwythyni. Who do I want to pull back? I want to pull back. And this is why, if you get Gwythyni out, card draw isn't as important, because you should always have allies in your discard pile if you're triggering these effects, and you just keep yanking them back. So it's kind of like card draw. Horn of the Mark would be good. I just have a hard time fitting it in this deck, because as you can see, I'm always short spirit resources. And it's a really tight deck list. I really have I definitely don't need to draw a 3rd Snowmane, but I definitely have no room to spare in this deck. All right, let's spend 1 resource. We're going to put in the West Road Traveler, and we're going to swap these 2 locations. So it is great to put a Gladden Fields as the active location in the planning phase, because then we have to never trigger it when it's the active effect. Okay, so that worked out good. We only have 1 threat in staging now instead of 3. And yep, nothing else I really need to worry about. So let's go questing. Questing for 6. We're up against 1. Now we're up against 3. Okay, cool. So we do clear the Gladden Fields. That's awesome. We quested successfully, so let's not forget that I can put in a Tactics ally at a reduction of 1, because I already put in a Rohan ally. So let's put in this Knight for 1. So deck's working good. Putting in 2 allies a turn. It's hard for the encounter deck to keep up with you when you're doing that. In a solo game, I think I might swap out some of my allies for ones with more willpower. This is definitely more of a multiplayer build where I'm focusing more on combat. Okay, let's defend with Darewine, no shadow. Darewine, no shadow. Theoden should be ready. He's going to kill the goblins. The goblins remove to progress. And I get to pull back a Rohan ally. So let's pull back the escort. And we should be able to start mustering up some good willpower. So yeah, I think I would swap out some of my tactics allies for tactics allies that have willpower in a solo game. Oh, there's some willpower. Eothane. That's nice. Okay. But this deck works good against easier quests. And if you bring it to a table in a multiplayer game, you're going to definitely be holding your own. You're going to be doing very well. And if somebody says like, hey, I have lots of healing, you could maybe drop your honor guards and replace them with Legolas or Bofur or some other tactics ally that can quest or do something else for you. Okay, questing for 6. We're up against 0. We get a 2 threat Chieftain Uthink. Okay, no problem. My deck is really good at defending and killing. So we make 4 progress. So we quested successfully. So I can put in Elfhelm for 2, right? Because, yeah, I didn't use Theoden yet. So Elfhelm for 2. He's great. And let's see. Theoden readies. We place 4 progress on the East Bite. So we're 1 away from clearing that. Let's engage the Chief. Darewine defends. Good. There goes Necromancer's Reach. No damage there. And then Theoden should be ready. I keep forgetting to ready him with Snowmane. So he's attacking for 5. And my other allies and even Denethor can kick in a point of attack. So that guy's dead. Now who do I want to bring back? Sure. Snowborn Scout. Why not? So I just keep using Gwythyni to pull back these allies that I have added to the discard pile, and they just keep coming back. So I already love how the board state looks. I love the look of all these tactics Rohan allies on their mounts. It just really looks awesome. Okay, cool. Another West Road Traveler. That's awesome. I could put in Eothane for 3 resources. So I think I will. So he's awesome. He's going to quest for 2, and if a Rohan ally is discarded from an effect, then he will ready once per phase. So let's put him in play. He's a nice big ally. And let's go questing. Man, the more and more I play this deck, the more I think I got to figure out a way to get Horn of the Mark in here. Maybe 1 less Well-Warned. Maybe 1 less Valiant Sacrifice. Okay. Each location in the staging area gets +1 threat. And then if your threat is 35 or higher, you need to discard a card from your hand. Okay. Snowmane is gone. And we make a bunch of progress. So we clear the active. And actually we make enough to progress to stage 2. We all know what this does. 16 progress needed, and we have to reveal 2 cards, and we're only allowed to engage 1 enemy optionally each round. That's okay. I got a nice army built up here, a good cavalry. Hey, there he is. There's Grimbold. All right, everything's working now. So now I have Grimbold, so everything is going to be just fine. So let's put the escort from Edoras into play for 1 resource so I can get 4 willpower on the table and try to fly through stage 2 as fast as possible here. I could have spent 2 tactics resources to get Grimbold in and then 2 spirit resources, but I kind of wanted to save my resources up so I can dump a bunch of allies in next turn, and we're questing for a bunch. Ooh, there's Necromancer's Reach. All right, we're going to cancel that sucker. So 13 against 0, we're going to cancel Necromancer's Reach. It wouldn't have been the end of the world because Honor Guard could have helped me save somebody, but that's all right. Oh my gosh, and then, all right, let's kill 2 Hill Trolls. So we only added 1 threat, so that's awesome. And we quested successfully, so here comes Grimbold, so perfect timing. So Grimbold's going to come in for 2. He quests for 2, and you can discard him to have an enemy engaged if you not attack you. So he's basically a feint with stats, as John would like to call him. Okay, 12 progress out of the 16 made, and we're getting engaged by a second Hill Troll, but we got a bunch of stuff happen. So the escort from Edoras leaves play, Theoden's ready, and here comes a Hill Troll number 2. And yep, Grimbold, discard him so I don't get attacked. There would have been a shadow that removed progress. And then let's see if I can kill this guy. So Eothane readied. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Denethor would be 11. So I am 1 short. So I got to trigger the effect on the knight. So the knight will attack for 2 more. And we kill Hill Troll number 2. Okay, cool. And because we killed somebody, we get to pull back an ally. We are going to pull back Grimbold. So Grimbold is back in my hand. Everybody ready? We got 4 progress to go. And we get, okay, a Horse Breeder. Nice cheap little ally there. Alrighty, I am revealing 2 cards. I need to make 4 progress. Let's play a Traveler for 1 resource, getting 2 more willpower on the table. Let's move Denethor's resource over to Hirgan because I'm going to want to play Grimbold in the quest phase. And we are questing for 10 against 0. We get a Beastmaster, and we get a 5 threat. The Brown Lands, as I like to call them. So we added 7 threat, which is 3. Oh man, any other card other than the Brown? Well, I guess I'm glad it's not a Treachery, but I thought for sure we were progressing this stage. Or this round. Okay, we did quest successfully, so Grimbold will come in for 2 resources. Travel to the Brown Lands, and immediately gets explored. Beastmaster engages me. It's going to attack with 2 shadow cards. We're going to defend with Darrowwine. He's defending for 3 against 3. Attacking enemy gets +2 and nothing. Okay, so I can block 1 of the damage with the Honor Guard, or I could just spend a leadership resource and cancel that shadow altogether. I might as well just spend a leadership resource and cancel the shadow. And of course, we can kill this guy. So he is super dead. And then let's pull back a Rohan ally. I got some to choose from here. Yep, escort from Edoras again. So 4 willpower is going to be nice. We're at 40 threat. That's kind of scary. And let's go. Dang, I kind of thought this might have been the last round. Because if we would have progressed, we might have been able just to kill all the enemies. Okay, Gambling. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And then I think 1 resource to put in the escort from Edoras. So I can make sure to get out of here. God, I love the board state. I just love all the Rohan art. I really do. All right, I'm not making the same mistake. I am sending as much willpower as I can. 16. And deal 1 damage to each character. Okay, yep, that time it hit me. Okay, I gotta figure this out. So I have 2 characters that are gonna die if they take the damage. So I can exhaust the Honor Guard and save 1 of them. Actually, I have 3 characters that are gonna die. Because I have 2 Travelers and the Escort from Edoras. So the Honor Guard is going to exhaust and stop the Escort from Edoras from taking the damage. And I'm going to lose my 2 Travelers. Okay. And then the second card is just a Necromancer's Pass. All right, sweet. So we definitely make the progress needed to advance to stage 3. So let's see. Theoden readies. The Escort from Edoras leaves play. That makes Eothane ready. And then now we have to reveal 2 cards. And once we kill all the enemies, we win. And there's no more revealing cards in the staging step. So there's 1 card, and then the second card is a Surging Crow, which surges into a Crow, which surges into a Wolf Rider, and that surges into a Necromancer's Pass. I wasn't expecting to reveal 4 enemies here at the last second. Okay. I mean, luckily they all are wimps. Okay, so I actually... I can't engage the sniper. Yeah, I can't optionally engage him. Okay, so I'm getting attacked for 1, 1, and 2. So let's see. Darrowline will defend here. This is choose and discard 1 attachment from the defending character. Discard all my attachments if it was undefended. Okay, and then let's see. Denethor defends there, no problem. Let's take this next one. I could discard Grimbold. Let's just take it undefended. I think it's fine. Okay, undefended, nothing. So 1 damage on Hirgon. Okay. Let's see. Theoden can kill the Wolf Rider. I'm going to pull back the Escort again. And then Eothane can attack for 2, and he can kill a Crow. And then Elfhelm can attack for 2, and he can kill a Crow. And they both get shuffled into the deck. The Goblin Sniper up in staging is going to deal a damage to somebody. And then we're going to ready everybody up. Draw what should be our final card of the game. We're at 41 threat. We don't have to worry about staging. We just have to kill this Goblin Sniper. So I think we got this. And yeah, the deck worked really well. I mean, I think it's a fun deck. Oh, look at that. A very good tail. Yeah, at the last second. Sure, why not? So, you know, if I had drawn a second very good tail at some point in the middle of the game, I could have got a lot of more allies out quicker. And if you want to not do the very good tail stuff, have a little less allies, and put in Open the Armory or Ancient Matham, Horn of the Mark, I think. You could add more card draw. You could modify the deck a little bit. I like doing the very good tail trick just because I like to try to flood the board as fast as possible. Like right there, we put in 2 allies that cost 5, really. And then now we're putting in 2 more allies. So, you know, 4 allies in 1 turn is pretty awesome. And... you know, if you can do that early, you really don't give the encounter deck a chance to catch you. All right, so we only need to make sure we're questing for 8, so we don't have to raise our threat. So there we go. And then we will engage the Goblin. I'm going to Grimbold so he doesn't attack me. So the shadow would have been nothing. I didn't want him to return to staging, or I don't know. I don't know if there was a shadow that could have done something. Anyway, Theoden kills him. Grimbold comes back to my hand. We killed 2 Hill Trolls. I never felt like we were in too much danger. We had it pretty much under control, and this is how the deck works. It looks beautiful on the table, and I've always had fun playing this deck. So thanks again, FFG, for giving me the opportunity to put a deck out there on the website. That was really fun, and if someone wants to give this deck a try, feel free to modify it, and also feel free to bring it to a multiplayer game. I think you'll find it really does well in multiplayer. All right, everybody, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.